Let there be peace and love among all beings of our globe. Interview with Hanner, Ritter, Neckar, Strassad 81, 7000, Stuttgart, Germany. Dated January 14th, 93. Let me ask you something beyond self-realization and awakening. I believe beyond self-realization, there's no you and there's no me. No one is a questioner and no one is questioned about. And no questions are there to ask. What are you going to ask when you are beyond this manifestation and you have realized the truth? What can you ask and to whom? From beyond.
No questions.
Okay. Achha, let the questions arise from no question now. These questions are there, it's an interview. No question will not do. Mankind is desperately looking for answers to overcome the global crisis. That's a very good question, but this mankind has to become kind men. Then there will be no trouble. Why mankind? Kind men say. Kind men. Then there will be no trouble. So, all these approaches have failed. So, kindness is lacking. So, how to be kind? Later on, I will tell you what is proved by accelerating decay of the biosphere. The East, especially India, has emphasized unmanifested being and infinite consciousness, leaving behind a corrupted material world. Now, from consciousness you have to give rise to what will be the outcome, what will rise from the consciousness. We are starting from peace and consciousness and beyond realization of truth. So what will rise from there? What will rise from this immaculate, pure consciousness cannot be anything else except consciousness itself. As from the ocean, whatever rises must be water in the form of waves, bubbles, eddies, foam, whatever. The substance will remain the same. So like this, if you are aware that everything rises from consciousness. Must be consciousness. We have to know this. There cannot be anything else except consciousness. From here, infinite consciousness leaving behind corrupted material world. So whatever will rise in any form from this consciousness must have the same material, same substance. Form and name can be different. As I just now stated, there can be wave and there can be bubbles and there can be fog and there can be mist and there can be even snow. Forms can be different. Snow is hard, has a shape, while mist, fog, dew, something else. But the content remains the same. So we have always to keep in mind we are that consciousness and go on playing with everything as these different names which I formed, and when they know our substance is the same, there will be no clash whatsoever. And without this, we will go on quarreling among each other if we take care from form to form. And from the consciousness itself, the time and space arise. How? From consciousness itself, the time and space arise from. When you wake up next morning and during the sleep you were not aware of anything, not even time, there was no time and no space also. But when you wake, you gave birth to time and instantly space. Now this division has caused the difference between east, west, north, south. But don't forget, wherever you go is consciousness. In consciousness, there is no division at all. It is immaculate, pure. It cannot be divided into any region. So with this idea you can go on proceeding. So whatever exists is nothing apart from consciousness. As you have different jewels made of gold, rings, bracelets in different forms, without losing their being gold. Name is different. When you see the ring, you don't see the gold. You call it a ring. Bracelet, chain or anything else, even gold watch you see. So this gold is concealed when you give name and form to anything. But whatever it is gold, it's pure gold. But gold you do not perceive. You are taking care of only names and forms. Therefore we have misunderstandings and clashes. Then watch is a watch, chain is a chain. Lot of difference. But wherever they are, whatever they are nothing else than gold. Goldness is following name and form. And name and form cannot be without this gold. Without gold there cannot be ring, but without ring there can be gold. If you mold the ring is gone, but goldness is still there. So whether there are forms or no forms, it doesn't matter, you see. Consciousness remains consciousness. The West has emphasized becoming leaving eternity to the Pope and Hippocrates, meanwhile exploiting the world into self-extinction. How can we serve the wholesome integration of East and West? Is there a promise? What is your vision? In my vision, I don't think we are disintegrated at all. We are fully integrated. So how is this concept that we are disintegrated? How do you prove that we are disintegrated? You are taking surely the name and form into account, and that you are not. Consciousness cannot be disintegrated. Now, here, you can ask yourself, which is not disintegrated in you, and which is eternal in you. What is in you? What is indwelling in you, which never ever disintegrated and remains the same forever, even before creation and even after destruction? This creation or destruction rise in the same consciousness like waves rise and fall. With the rise and fall, there is no difference in the ocean. Likewise, many creations will rise and many creations will be destroyed without any change into consciousness. So this is the concept that I am disintegrated from consciousness. This is just a concept. And these concepts, when you are aware, they are dissolved into awareness. And this is called ignorance. And ignorance has no beginning, but it has end. Like you see a snake in the rope, it has no beginning. How? When the snake was born, it is there. But it will have an end. The snake will disappear on the knowledge that it's a rope. Immediately the snake disappears. So this concept, when you realize that I am consciousness, and then this concept of disintegration and the confusion between nations and East and West will be not there at all. After one remembers and realizes the ineffable truth and oneness, one also realizes that it is not an end but the beginning. After remembers and realizes the ineffable truth and oneness, you first realize the oneness, and then you will realize that it has not an end. It is not an end but a beginning. And in the circumference, in the circle, wherever you can start, you can begin with. Wherever on the circumference, you can start from wherever you start, it's a beginning. And it is not going to end. It will stay as it is. Wherever you start a point from the circumference, before this point, it's already some other point is there previously. And then you start and you go on circulating, there's no end of it. And this is called circumference. And now you have to be aware, if it is a circumference, there must be a center. To make a circumference, to make a circle, there ought to have a center. And if you question, where is the center? And this center is indwelling in the hearts of all beings as consciousness, truth, and love. So everybody has to know his center, and center is one. And in the circumferences you can put so many points. You can begin and end wherever you like. But when you arrive at the center, all is finished. But very few people know where is the center. Once Kabir, Saint Kabir, have you heard of him?
Yes.
Yes, he was a realized man of 16th century. And one woman was milling wheat flour, you know how they make in the hand mill. And he saw the lower part of the stone and the upper part of the stone, and his wife was milling, making the wheat into flour, and he saw all the grains he is putting in the hole in the center are becoming crushed to flour, and he starts weeping, you see. Kabir is a kind man, you see. Even he could not dare to see a grain is put and grain is being crushed. So this is, I told you in the beginning, the mankind has to become kind men, you see, like Kabir. Even the crush of a grain, he could not stand with compassion. And he was weeping, and the wife says, "Why are you crying?" He says, "I am all what grains you are putting into the mill, and they are being crushed, and which I cannot stand." Then he said, "Look," he took away the upper part of this stone and showed, "Look, few ones are there which are not crushed. I can't crush them." Why? Because they are never near the pivot. You know that, those who have seen this mill, but in the West these mills are no more there. But in ancient times, I saw these in England, of course I have heard. The women used to mill their flour with the hands. In India, still they are doing, the poor men, they don't go to the mill and do it, you see. And few one near the center, they cannot be crushed because they are very close to the center. They are the ones who will be safe, who are near the center, in the heart of their own beingness. Away you go, you are crushed. So most of the people are away from the center, and they alone suffer. Again and again they will suffer. It's better to keep near that pivot, you call it, pivot, and rest a while. Let there be circle of milling, will not affect you. How to make use of self-realization in the world and in the body. How to make use of self-realization after you have realized the self, and it is the self who will be the doer and not you, not the ego. It will be the self who is doing everything for everyone, and you will have full trust in it. The best use of your stay in the world and wearing this human body is to really realize the self. And then you will have a plan by the self. If it needs to make use of you, it will make use of you. And you have to surrender to the self very devoutly, in great obedience. And then you will know you and self is only the one thing. So whatever you do, it is the self who is doing. Self who is doing, and you are not responsible. So whatever is done is excellent. The self can never make mistake and cannot judge if it is good or bad. So you surrender to the self in great devotion and keep quiet, and instantly you will see a flame of energy that will give you strength, thousandfold strength in your nerves to work. And by this work, you will see that you are not working. You are not working. It is the body which is working, and you are not the body. Some other energy, some eternal force is working through these limbs. And even now, it is that force which is working, but the ego thinks that I am working. So when this is dissolved, even I am holding this paper, holding is not possible. Where do I get the strength to hold the paper even? Where do I get? So let it go back, this energy which is holding this paper, fingers are holding. Where do the finger get the energy to hold? And intelligence to hold the paper this way? Where will it reach to? From everything that we do and that we think we can have a lesson. And instantly, on every moment, we can realize ourselves, and this is somewhere else within us from where this energy is rising, where from this intelligence is rising. I should do this and I should not do this thing. What is this? So every one of us has to live in peace and love with all beings in this universe, and not only humans but also animals and birds and plants and rocks too. What could be difference between humans and animals? When you look in the center of both, you will realize it is the same thing. The Buddhists promote the way of Bodhisattva to develop 6 virtues: generosity, patience, discipline, wisdom. When you realize the truth, these virtues will follow automatically. And as the Bodhisattvas, they practice to develop this thing, I don't think they can be developed. They will be the outcome after you have realized the truth. Then they will be helping you. Whatever you do, it will be wisdom and virtuous, whatever you do. And everyone who has realized becomes Bodhisattva till the end of his life. Bodhisattva means compassionate person who defers his own enlightenment till all other beings are enlightened. This is the compassion each one of us must have to give happiness. But this is only a words. How can you help others when you are not wise yourself? I believe they go together. Buddha and Bodhisattva, there is no difference, you see. Whosoever is Buddha, he has to be Bodhisattva even up to the end of his 80th year. He was a Buddha himself and Bodhisattva himself, you see. 80th year, you see, he had been helping people, you see. Last breath, he is to die next breath, you see. And some poor man appears before him and Ananda said, Master is dying, you can't see him. But Master has seen him. He invited him. After the last minute of his life, he invited him and loved him and spoke to him and died. And this man instantly got enlightened. He is the last person to be enlightened and the first being Mahakashyap. Kashyap. First person, not even Ananda. He was the first person and this person was the last person, you see. Others claim that you can and should exercise Kriya Yoga in order to build an immortal body, a rainbow body like Babaji or Ramalingam and other masters to support the erring mankind. I don't think this has worked. Even on their own selves, let alone others. It has not worked. No exercise can work until you realize the truth yourself. Then everything is fine. And if you teach others without having known the truth yourself, what could be the result of these yogas? Or one should aspire to the supramental transformation of the human race into the next superhuman stage of evolution, as Aurobindo envisaged it. It also has not happened. So far, no result. You can go to Pondicherry and see.
I have been there. I have been there.
What is your impression? What revolution you have seen there?
They are still aspiring to it.
Aspiring, yes. Still aspiring. Yeah. So this aspiration is the trick of the mind. There's no difference between aspiration and mind. So here I don't ask you to aspire anything or desire anything. I want you to instantly stop it and keep quiet and don't think and direct this mind, let this mind face its origin, the consciousness, and instantly you are enlightened. Instantly you will be enlightened. Let this mind directly face its source. Is it not reasonable? And instantly you are enlightened. And you have not to practice any sadhana and not to waste life on it. Instantly you are free because freedom is already there. If it is not there, it means you are wanting something which is not here now. It means you want to gain something. If it is not here now and you want to have it, it becomes your gain. And then this consciousness cannot become your gain, you see, because it's not a thing to be acquired. So whatever is not there, it's better leave it alone because it's not eternal. So what is eternal? It has to be there always. And what is not eternal, you should not try to aspire for it. And if it is already there, eternal, ever present, you need not aspire. So what could be the reason that we don't realize? Could be only our preoccupation that conceals this reality, this treasure. So once we get rid of this preoccupation, it will reveal itself to itself. Some vehemently propagate renunciation, particularly from sexual matters, in order to gain salvation and to save the world. I think the person who is propagating this renunciation from the sexual matters itself must have been the outcome of the sexual matter. Is it? So due to some trouble now, he is propagating for some personal interest, you see. Some personal interest best known to himself, you see. And I don't think this enlightenment or freedom is shy of anything. It is immortal. It cannot be tainted by anything, you see. It cannot be tainted. And there are no warnings. There are no warnings in it, you see. And there's no difference either. It's not only. And then if you avoid the sex life, and then I think the eunuchs must be the first people who will become the Buddhas. Eunuchs? English word, I do not know in Germany. You got it in Germany also?
Yes.
Then there, everyone is free. So I don't believe in these things. It's a natural way of life and you have not to abandon anything, but it has to be regulated. That every human being is there, everything has to be regulated. Even diet should be regulated diet, sleep has to be regulated sleep, and whatever you do must be according to the human dictates of regulations. So that is why we are called human beings. That is the only difference between animals and men. Otherwise we are all alike, animal and men. What is the difference? Sleep, same. They sleep, we sleep, isn't it? They eat, we eat, isn't it? They have fears, we have also fears. They have sex, we also have sex. So these four things are common between us and them. So fear, sleep, sex and food are common. So what else we have apart from the animal is only discrimination. That we can make the best of it. That is why you are here. On account of discrimination, how to be peaceful and how to live in peace with everybody, and that discrimination has given rise to the desire, I want to be free now. On account of this discrimination that everyone is bestowed with, everyone can ask this to be free, but most of the people of 6 billion lot of us tonight, very few choose it, very few are safe. So those who can make the best of this discrimination will avoid the suffering forever, and they will be part of that consciousness, light, wisdom, love and beauty, which they are searching, but they can't find it being here under their feet, within their own self, in the breath itself, behind the retina itself. So we can see it instantly when we keep quiet. Quietness doesn't mean talking. Quietness means when everything is quiet. So Kabir again says, I will translate it, otherwise it's beautiful to speak. Chit thir, man thir, buddh thir, isthar rakh sharir, pache pache har phire kahat Kabir Kabir. He says, quieten your mind, quieten your senses, and also quieten your body. And then, if they are quiet, then you have not got to anything that the truth itself will reveal itself in front of you and ask you, what do you want? Isn't it? So you have to keep quiet and you will see something will rise and satisfy you itself. And if you run after it, you can't hold it. And if you turn your back to the sun and run to catch hold of your head of the shadow, you can't do it. No? The more fast you run, the faster it will run. So this is, we are running after satisfaction, getting from the shadows of name and form. But what you have got to do, turn your face towards the sun, and the shadow follows you. You go and the shadow of the world, everything follows you. And this is offering to you that we are there. The world is offering you everything, and you have not to run after it, only face towards your own sun, your own self, and everything will be done. You will be given everything. You will be added everything, even if you don't want. Only keep quiet and don't ask. Everything will be added unto you without asking. And if you go on asking, like a beggar, I want the kingdom, who will give him the kingdom? Nobody will give him even $1, let alone the kingdom. It's better to sit on the throne. Everything belongs to you. And what is this throne? Freedom. Still others are sure that the derogation of the sex is the main cause of suffering. Then I told you just now, you try this thing. The people who run to the monasteries, rejecting this kind of life, they become monks in the monasteries. You must have seen in the West, very big, in your country also. I have visited Marialak, isn't it a very big monastery, you see? Marialak, I have gone there, you see, isn't it? And you see all the monks, I think there are 3,000 monks and about 1,000 nuns there, you see. You must have seen their faces, you see. And I know the Father Abbot, you see. I know the Father Abbot. If some woman comes to see him and he shakes hand with her, and then he forgets everything, and I was looking, I was there. I think he will speak to me later, but then for 1 hour his handshake was not over, you see. What to do now? I came to see him because I had some introduction. You must see him, Father Abbot of this monastery. So I had gone to see him, but he is so much happy to just for a handshake, you see. So I had to intruded myself. I trespassed myself and entered my hand into their hand. So they reject the woman from outside and keep the woman inside, you see. So when there is a chance, they don't leave it. Not in one monastery, in Italy also I've seen all same stuff, you see. Why not to live? So myself, I don't accept all these things to live an unnatural life, you see. I think if the whole world becomes monastery like this thing, what will be the outcome? You just imagine. So God will create some other method then. He will create in many ways. For instant production, he will make some other way, you see. Yeah. Because there are many ways of production. So men are womb-born, isn't it? Men are womb-born, and some are born by mere perspiration, sweat or heat itself, Some creations, some species are born by heat only, isn't it? So like this he has to think, and we have to go back into that kind of worm life, you see, and stay for 6 minutes only and then leave, and again that circle will start. So now, this way we have a span of 100 years, you see. Our span of life is 100 years, very enough to win freedom. So we have to make best of it and not waste our time. This should not be there and this should be there. So in consciousness, there cannot be any rejection and any acceptance. Let there be free flow, and it will start from the consciousness itself, and you will be very well guided, you see, into this thing. But when you use your ego, so every step that you take must be not in order. That's how it is happening. Man killing man, you see. What is happening? Man killing man, isn't it? Even a pig does not kill a pig itself. Even that much is clever. No horse is killing a horse. But man is now very proud to kill most men in least time. What they are called now, they are thinking we should ban this kind of weapons now. It may get through or not, still to be seen, but it's a good move. Let us become human beings at least, let alone free men or wise men. Let us be human beings at least. This is not humanity to kill our own race, isn't it? In the light of self, suffering is just an illusion. Even in the sleep, when you are sleeping, the suffering ends. The suffering is only in the waking state and in the dream state. But when you sleep, the physical suffering ends, isn't it? So if we are free, all kind of sufferings will end. Now your question is, but a child who is severely beaten, abused and abandoned actually suffers and is conditioned to further suffering. Therefore, in the West, psychotherapy was developed to condition and heal the festering wounds of the soul. Can you imagine a possible cooperation between self-inquiry and psychotherapy? A child who is severely abused and abandoned, so first of all, whose mistake is this? Is it the mistake of elders or parents or of the child? It is the parents who have to be looked after. They are responsible, but the parents are not responsible themselves. And then as a psychotherapist, should you help the child or the father? I give you one instant. I am sorry, I beg to be excused if I tell you this story, but this is what it has happened in Germany, and I read it in papers. There was one family, husband, wife, daughter. And this daughter is 13-year-old. And I was in Cologne. I read it. And this girl took up the revolver of her father and shot the father and reported herself to the police, and she was arrested. And they asked now, of course, they had to be produced before the court. And also, she has shot her mother also, both of them. Mother, father, both. And then went to the court, to the police station. And then the magistrate asked her, why did you shoot your parents? And the girl said, my father has raped me. And then I took up his revolver, fired him, and he died. Why your mother? Because I was shouting, my mother, come, help, save me. And she was only looking. She didn't come to help me at all. Therefore, I shot her also. Now, in this case, you are a therapist. Even the judge has left this case, dismissed this case, and did not imprison this girl. You see. Now, your therapy is going to treat the child or the parents. What should you do in these cases?
Both.
We parents have to be responsible towards their children, and they should not misbehave, you see. From the beginning, it is the parent, they are spoiling their children, you see. Once I was traveling in subway in New York, and I saw one father, small child, maybe 6 months child, and his wife also, and he was smoking and kissing the child also. You see. So it hurt me. Surely it must have hurt, otherwise why should I tell you this story of the past? Because still it troubles me. He is kissing with the same smoke, and the child now is enjoying the smoke and already giving the taste of the nicotine. And now who's responsible if the child gets a cancer early? And what is the difference between smoking and the child who's not smoking? So who has to be taught in this way? The child is 6 months old, and the father doesn't know. He should not kiss the child, first of all. And I was going to stop him, but I kept quiet, you see. What to do in these cases? He can ask me, who are you? It's my son. Who are you, first of all? So I kept quiet, you see. So there are many such cases, it is the men, it is the elders. So something has to be done, the elders, and then the children, of course. We are very sorry. I have seen many cases, and one such girl is here also, you see. I don't mention her name, and she came to me and asked the same story which I am telling, and she is here in the satsang, and she is only 21-year-old. And she cannot stay in her country. She says, no. When my father misbehaves with me, why should I stay in that country, you see? So she is here. So I am happy that the therapists are working, but I believe the therapy takes a person to his past only, isn't it? You apprise him, slowly take him, slowly and slowly, to dig out the cause of the trouble to the past. But this way, which we are speaking about, is to bring the person from absolute past to absolute present here. And then everything will be dissolved, because your work is beautiful and you have not much time. Otherwise, I wanted to speak to you more on this subject so that you could be, I have heard that you are doing very good work selflessly. So I was very much interested and to tell you how to work with compassion. Compassion, and without even speaking a word to them. And the person who comes to you will be helped. Yes, and this is the way, after having known it, you will help everyone even without uttering a word, you see. So, some realized person was going into the forest. It was sun, so he wanted to have some rest, and there was no tree around which could have shade, but he was very fatigued. He wanted to have some rest, so he reclined against the trunk of a tree, just dozed for a while, and now he is ready to wake up, get up, and continue his travel. And he held his stick and his begging bowl. He was a sadhu, he was a saint. And while getting up, he saw around him many men seated around him, and they also stood up in the forest. And they thanked him and said, "We thank you, we are grateful for this satsang." He said, "But I was sleeping. I didn't speak a word to you." "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the satsang we have never heard anywhere else. Everybody is barking and bleating everywhere, you see. You must do this, you must do that. Your limb like this thing, you must sit like this thing, and look like this thing, isn't it? Everywhere is doing. But this kind of thing is not done anywhere, and we are gods from different heavens. We are gods from different regions, and we heard, we visionized, we have seen and visualized that there is one Mahatma, one realized person. Why not to have a minute's satsang with him? So we all descended to the earth, because we are gods. We are also enjoyed in so many activities, you see. Never we are free to sit, never do we meditate, and we have so many desires and intentions that we are not fulfilled our desires. So the more we do, we have very long life, they said. Our life is long and we will not get old even up to 1,000 years. So we can have a good time for enjoyments, and those people who win some merits, they will be transported to those kind of enjoyments in the heaven. And again they will have to come again. And then they will not be satisfied, and they descended for the satsang, and the saint walks off and they thank you for the satsang, and they went showering on this saint who never utters a word, and the tree also, which had no leaves, flowered out of time and shed the flowers on this quiet man, you see. So this is the force of satsang, you see. So even the plants, the trees even responded. And gods also came near to that person whose quiet. And why not? You will help. I will have to tell you this trick. So you are going back. I wish you bon voyage. And then if you have to write something, you are welcome and I will keep contact with you. I wish every being in the world could feel the blessing of your presence and the liberating power of your irresistible laughter in deep gratitude and communion. Forever now, Hanner from Germany, Stuttgart. So I'll keep this address with me. If you have to ask anything more, you can ask till this time. Just keep it this thing. Very good. Very okay. Okay, take you there. Have a good travel. Write to me.